Hello, everyone, and welcome to this podcast series organized by Institute of Chartered Accountants of India on this GCC Summit, which is being held at Gandhinagar, Gujarat. And we have with us Mr. Guru Prasad Makam, a very eminent chartered accountant, and also the founder of Guru and Jana Chartered Accountants with us. Thank you, sir, for being with us, and it's a
Thank you.
wonderful opportunity.
So happy.
Yeah. So, what's your first, feedback looking into this GCC and how you see GCC as a growth driver for the economy of the country?
See, firstly, I was a little surprised. A GCC बोलने के वक्त पे, what is the role of a chartered accountant myself? But then when I started seeing deeper into it 4 years ago, felt we have a very stellar role, and I thought the institute would take some time, Sanjeev would take some time, they'll all settle down. By the time GCC would have gone ahead, but I think this is the first time, both in the AI and GCC, we are catching the bus. Always we have missed the bus, and then we repent. That time we should have done this. Looks like you're making the right noise at the right time. This is the good thing to happen, and seeing the number of participants here eager to learn what's happening in GCC is an amazing thing. I think we should go ahead doing this.
Thank you so much, sir. I think just to give you the data, we have 12 ministries who have joined hand with us to work on this ecosystem. All the government ministries, we talk about Ministry of External Affairs, Department of Commerce, and we have delegates coming from 15 states
Wow.
of the country to attend this GCC summit. And everyone is very curious about it. My next question to you, sir, you have gone through a long journey. Now let's start and understand the entire journey from a proprietorship firm to becoming a GCC. So, what message you want to give to our fellow chartered accountants who are in Tier 2 and Tier 3? Because the growth of GCC is highly dependent on this Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities. What mindset, skill set, and tool set they need to work upon to get to that dream, get to that vision of becoming a GCC one day?
Uh, Firstly, one small correction: we render services for others to become a GCC. We are not a GCC. See, there is enough of knowledge available outside in the world to find out what all comprises of a GCC, what role a chartered accountant can play, how is a uh, startup of India, how does the India entry services start, how do I get a real estate play into play, how do I get a recruiter, what cyber security I want. So we are having a lot of domain knowledge, and partnerships are easily available. Now, all of us as chartered accountants are concentrating as क्या करने का है? How do I do in GCC? What should be my growth as an organization to get GCC? But where we are failing is we are telling something like that. I have a huge ground है मेरे पास. All of you have come and seen as the audience, but I don't have place. Our concentration now has to be how do I get this GCC? We are all concentrating on how do I do GCC? How do I get a client? How do I attract somebody to come to Udupi or maybe Gandhinagar here, or could be in Rajasthan or West Bengal? We don't know. How do we attract a client? So that is where our focus has to be. But delivery हो जाता है.
वो हो जाते हैं, sir. But then there is certain changes you need to bring in yourself. And I'll give you an example. Like years back, maybe a decade back, we have heard that you file your return on April 1st. The infrastructure, the system, the discipline, the teamwork, the security which you need to build into your office. And when I say when you're talking about why we need to serve GCC, there are many chartered accountants who are now becoming through MDP and through aggregation, trying to attract accounting firms worldwide to have their operations in India from outsourcing to GCC. So these are two different pillars which we can talk about. But what are those change which they need to bring into their organization? Because I've heard you speaking into a lot of conferences about the shift in the mindset and the shift in the infrastructure. What are those which you think needs to be adopted to by these traditional firms?
Infrastructure is given. We can't tell, okay, we'll shift.
Right.
We are chartered accountants. We have to have the best cyber security. We should have best processes. Our practices of licenses have to be above board. That is given. Now we can't tell I should shift, because that you are expected to do from day one.
Correct.
I had to build better offices. I had to build better infrastructure.
Better experiences.
Better experiences. When a foreigner comes to my office,
Are we ready?
are we ready? Are we still telling मेरे पास desktop है? I have a domain login. I'm still communicating Gmail. I don't have a email ID of my
I'm still
own.
using that pen drive.
I am using
The
pen
password is
drives.
shared
I
with
don't have
everyone.
ISO standards. I don't have SOC 2. Now, let us look at it this way: whether you are serving a foreign client or an Indian client,
Correct.
we have to have that.
Correct. That's the basic
That is the
necessity.
basic necessity. How do we
This
communicate?
is a very powerful message.
Whether we need to push ourselves to reach there, even to get an entry into a large corporate in India, I have to be that.
Yep.
So, when we look at GCC, we have to understand that we already should be at that level. The basic sanity check is my health practices, my ethical practices, safety standards, cyber standards, good quality infrastructure. Office needs to look nice.
In fact, sir, I was talking to one of the organizations. They said that we have around 2,000 employees working in an organization. We all go through that privacy training, the training on privacy, and that's compulsory.
Also, the simple things that we don't do phishing training.
Right.
जो भी link आता है, go and click it, man. No, we can't click that. We have to pay money for if you are an Excel user or a Microsoft Word user,
Right.
you get Microsoft phishing tools.
Right.
You have to pay per employee some 300 rupees, 400 rupees. Pay that. Get the automated tool to get phishing. It will create the tools. Then your employees are getting trained on phishing.
Right.
Now, when you are going to work for a large company, they will send you a questionnaire of some 100 pages. Are you this? Are you this? Are you this? Are you this? No, we can't go back and tell, yeah, we have cyber security policy. Abhi bana lo, put it in chat GPT and take it here. No, that won't work.
And that's the reason why we are working on this maturity model.
Maturity.
So let me tell you, sir, in this GCC, not just organizing events, we are working on multiple things. One is liaising with various ministries so that we can support and guide them in drafting GCC policies for the state. And also we are working on the maturity model where there are 100, just to get 100 to 100 questions for these firms to say, are you ready to even serve the clients which are expecting?
It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah. Coming back to the next.
This is from the maturity model. You had created this DCMM,
digital competency,
or AQMM.
Yes.
Those were wonderful.
So those are more related towards audit and digital competency.
But here,
most of that will be taken up from there. But then the additional.
So you're creating one more for GCC.
Yes.
Oh, that's good.
Maturity model called GCC maturity model.
Very vital.
Yeah. So going back to the basics, like today when we meet, again, I'm going back to that tier 2 and tier 3, and my entire observations related to that. One is we still have 70-75% of the firms which are proprietorship firms. Again, it's a big concern. And as an institute, our concern is to take the entire ecosystem together because we have a huge talent, 450,000 chartered accountants, 11 students. How can we bring them all together and position ourselves as the best accountant of the world? Position ourselves as the global accountant. So that's the whole journey which we want to do. But going back into that, there's a word called hyper-specialization. Now, when we talk about hyper-specialization, what is happening is, a chartered accountants, I don't know why and what, maybe you must be knowing better than me, is in the subconscious mind is purely into income tax, or, I'm not against that, but are we becoming a hyper-specialist? And if that is, which is what you started with your first statement, think about, do I have a client? How can I attract my client? And now the client is not looking for these services which can be automated, which is recurring and which is like a product. So how can we go into that journey, and what hyper specialized services you think is more relevant and important in this GCC ecosystem?
So I think we are all looking at domain expertise when you talk of hyper specialization. We need to become the general management. We are a chartered accountant. I have a hyper specialization of cyber security. I can't acquire that. I am trained for tax laws. I am trained for foreign exchange management laws. Acquiring a hyper specialization on cyber security or acquiring a hyper specialization on recruitment, how do I create a lab for a biotechnology coming to India? That is not us. We need to acquire hyper specialization on management skills.
Wow.
How do I get management skills as a chartered accountant? Because we are domain experts, but we don't have
entrepreneur skills.
Entrepreneur skills, and that cannot come by just telling, "मैं धंधा करता हूँ." We have to get professed training for that. We need to invest time on what type of schools I join, what type of courses I join. One example I could give is try doing the strategy course in the Indian Institute of Management. Amazing course. Try doing the course which is relating to business pitch itself. We can't tell I learn business pitch over the experience. See, though I didn't learn taxation like that.
Right.
I read section 92 bracket 4 deep. That's how I learned it. I got a training.
Right.
So if you can get trained on management principles, then I can go and hire a hyper specialist in recruitment. I can hire a hyper specialist in dentistry because my GCC may require a dental treatment. I need to hire hyper specialist but become a hyper specialist in management.
Correct.
And we know the law.
What an amazing answer.
We know the law.
So okay. So I think management skills, collaboration, connect, infrastructure, all we have discussed. The last piece of the cake, sir, networking. How important is that, and how can these members, get into that networking and try and engage with people around the world?
So networking is two important elements. One is the customer,
Okay.
one is the service provider. Unless I have network in both, it can never work. Now, in case I need a customer from Czechoslovakia, I need a customer from Hungary, I need to have a network. Otherwise, I can't attract a customer. I can't be sending, I have a website in Rajau. Nobody is going to come there. Networking is very vital for that industry forum, German Chamber of Commerce, American Chamber of Commerce, become a British Council member. We need to invest time. There is a Japanese Trade Commission, excellent trade commission, one of the best. You should go there, involved with Japanese cultural
So
activities.
the travel becomes very important.
Very,
being
very
in your
important.
comfort zone and being in your own area and
You
meeting
can
with people who only know will not going to make
So
any
that is
difference.
one network. Then you have to create a network internally. Here I
Okay.
come here, I love coming to, whenever you call me for seminars, I enjoy it. That's why the moment you called, I came. I love my network. I know my chartered accountants in Surat, Rajkot, Acha. But where is the network with a security expert?
Correct.
Where is the network with a recruiter?
Interdisciplinary.
I need a network with an interior decoration company. We need to build partners in case I want to do GCC. So it is very vital for us to go to those conferences, attend those road shows,
Okay.
build relationships. It won't work on the lines that I'm a chartered accountant, मेरे पास clients है. I have a client who is a recruiter, उसको ले लूँगा. I have a client who is an expert in cyber security, I'll take him. Yeah, that's important.
But you need to have your own.
You have to develop
team.
your team, and it has to be trusted partners. When you have to go and represent to a client, you need to be trusted. Like, okay, I have everything as a single forum. Now I can't go and tell, okay, see, chartered accountancy is a part of GCC. I can't tell सब कुछ मैं ही करता हूँ.
Right.
I can't advise a client telling that I'll give you a locational advantage. I know India. No, this won't work. I need to have somebody who advises on India. I'll give you an advice on what are the colleges in India. I'll see in Google and आपको बोल दूँगा. That we can also see. That doesn't matter. So we need to have a basic network both from supply side and from demand side. That marriage alone is a GCC.
Wow. So I think just the last piece, sir, like in the vision, in the line of what Modi ji said about India's Big Seven. And when we are in Gift City, which is again a vision of Narendra Modi ji, understanding our current guidelines, the ethics, the MDP, aggregation, Modi ji's vision, India's Big Seven. How do you want to sum up all of these for a firm who is looking upon or having a vision to be, network, aggregate, and try to, get into that top 100 or top 50 firms of the country? What is the right roadmap? I think that will be our concluding.
So my concluding thought is the roadmap is catch the bus early. We are all catching the bus late. I can give you some example in our own traditional practice. We all started catching the bus telling I'll do listed company audits, I'll do listed company audits. But so soon in our eyes, SA 600 happened. And the SA 600 started telling the principal auditor, sub-company auditor, principal. Then we woke up after SA 600 happened in giving documents and our comments to the institute. But we all had the calling that SA 600 was going to happen from 8 years.
Right.
We had to get prepared telling that, okay, boss, when SA 600 happens, this is my systems. So like that in GCC, we should not miss the bus. We need to attend conferences like this. We need to make network.
Meet people.
Put money. We have to invest capital. Put money on now if I have to run a GCC, I need to have a GCC head in the organization. I can't tell in my spare time I do GCC. Right. Invest money on a GCC specialist. He'll charge you 20, 30 lakh, 40 lakhs, 50 lakhs. Invest capital on that. Loans are available. The government has made loans available. We have an excellent profession. We can get credibility in the profession. We get credits easily.
Right.
And today it's been a common thing that on chartered accountancy firms and professional firms, capital investment is available.
right?
See, we are an old firm, I have a reserves.
Right.
But how long that reserves will start? Maybe I can have a reserves for 1 year, 6 months. If all of a sudden,
Because you
if I have
draw all
to,
the money out.
if I have to spend 30 crores, where would I have the reserves of that? We need to look at structures where I can attract investments.
Right.
So we have to open up our mind and move ahead. Don't miss the bus. This is the
I
right
think
time.
catch the bus early, don't miss the bus, and just network and look forward, look beyond. So that was Guru Prasad Makam, the founder of Guru and Jana, one of the most prominent accounting firm in the country, having a lot of vision and thought process. If we can pick up one single word for what he has spoken, I think there's a long journey which we can take forward, and we are 100% sure that the talent and the knowledge which our Indian chartered accountant has, that is uncomparable. It just needs to build together, get into the right step, attend the events and network with people and collaborate, connect, engage, and inspire. So thank you so much, Guru sir, for being
Thank
with
you so
us. We
much.
look forward for more insightful discussion with you.
Thank you.
Thank you.